You're tuned in to the Smart Love Podcast, where real stories, real lessons, and real love meet. This is your space to grow, heal, and elevate every part of your life, from love and relationships to success and wealth. Smart Love is a blueprint to happiness and becoming your best, most irresistible self. It's all about that smart love. Get you some. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube so you never miss when we go live or drop more insightful conversations just like this. I'm actually gonna take what the brother said and what we have right here, like the no good woman was made that way by a no good man. Instead of Damon like going straight to how do we create teachable women, start with the men. How do we create better men that don't harm women or that are present, that are secure, that are leaders? Because that's where it starts.
But those men aren't popular. Those men are not getting
popular. Why are we talking about popular?
So if we're gonna have an honest and real conversation, I expected that response. I respected that response. I did. But men that are respectable, men that are honorable, men, they're not popular. They're not attractive. And so what you see is the vast majority of women out here are not attracted to a man who respects them. And that's why I'm trying to this. Well, of course you don't agree, because we talk about this every show, because you're looking at women who are in a different class. I'm trying to figure out how do we get more people into the class that you're in. I want to get them into the class that you're in.
Here. There's plenty of women over here.
So what I want to know is, and maybe the answer to my question is creating more men, absolutely, that are honorable, that are respectful, but I can tell you that a lot of men will tell you that they are respectful towards women. They are chivalrous towards women. They are nice towards women, and they get treated poorly. And so a lot of men feel like, the term nice guys finish last. A lot of guys feel like, well, I do all the things that I'm supposed to do, and I don't get the time or attention from the women that I should. So that's what I'm trying to do, is how do we counteract on both sides of the table? How do we counteract this kind of, we should make men who are respectful more popular and more attractive than men who are disrespectful. That's kind of where I want to go. So yes, I agree with you. We should make more men that act a certain way and live a certain way. But how do we then make that man more attractive?
You know what? Somebody made a good comment. The woman is a constellation and consoler, right? There is a theory that the man represents the light, the way, the sun, right? And so that would mean everything else evolves around it, right? So if we're the proverbial light in the path to what, as the leader, right? You would think that at some point, yes, are there some women that may be quote unquote unteachable, but we can't allow that to take us out of our greatness as men. That's my point, right? We need to set the example. Those who don't get it, eventually what happens is, one of the biggest things we have to also realize, we live in a world of fads, right? It's fads. People dictate the direction of the mindset of how we're going to go as a whole, as a society, right? So I'm sure if we took responsibilities for our part, and then one woman would catch on, and then another woman would catch on, and eventually the ones who don't catch on will be drowned out where it doesn't even matter. So life is about balance. You're going to have negative and positive situations, right? So this is how it is. So if we have enough power, and I do believe we have enough power to drown out those small numbers so that the bigger number rises above that and we don't even notice it.
And how do we do that?
By setting the example. Now, that's a different conversation on how we set the example. Now, that's a whole nother show.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So if we don't understand and this is not on you per se, Damon. I'm not saying this, but if we can all learn and take pieces from each other on how to set the example, that's a whole nother story. And maybe we may need to do that one day. And today, but today is not the day. But that's my answer.
Can I synthesize both of these views? Because
okay, go ahead,
I think that some of us are saying 5 + 2 is 7, right? And someone else is saying, well, 4 × 3 is 7. You know, so was that right? That was wrong.
We know what you meant. We know what you meant.
Know what I mean?
You know what you meant, but yeah.
4 + 3 is 7, right?
Yeah.
So we have different expressions, right? But it boils down to the same conclusion.
Same thing.
Mm-hmm. And but we have to go to the root of things, brothers and sisters, to understand that, you know, how we get to this point to raise the civilization of our people by raising civilization of the woman, right? Now, first thing the man must learn is the nature of the woman. Because if we don't know the nature of a thing, we won't know the actions of a thing. Right. See, the Holy Quran says the male is not like the female. So the problem with this war, this conflict, men are looking at things from their nature, right? And women looking at from her nature. Mm-hmm. If we don't understand the nature of things, of this woman, and the woman don't understand the nature of man, that which is made to complement each other becomes a conflict of each other. That's the war. Yeah. Right. I'm going to read something from the Honorable Minister Farrakhan's monumental book, A Torchlight for America, on page 99. Just something brief, it's not long. Promoting positive relations between the sexes. This is what he says. The basis of proper male-female relationships. Quote, neither male nor female can fulfill their relationship to each other until they are first properly connected to the source of all creation, which is God. There's no way we can fulfill our, duty or relationship to each other until we're properly connected with God. And we talked about that on a surface earlier. Then the minister said, quote, this is the why divorce rate is so high and the dissatisfaction rate in relationship between the sexes is even higher. The nature of male and female are different, but they are meant to complement each other. Mm-hmm. In the absence of knowledge, the different natures of male and female can work destructively against the self and against the union of both. So here we're seeing the destructive behaviors in the relationship. We're destructive with our voices or our tongues, because the Bible says the power of life and death is in the tongue, and we kill the spirit of each other because we don't understand the nature of each other, and we're not connected properly to the first black being in the universe, which is God. Then the minister said the fundamental knowledge that is absent in male-female relationship is the knowledge of how we should relate to God and each other. Is our disconnection from God that is at the root of failing an improper relationship between man and woman. This is a very deep problem in relationship between black men and women. So I'm saying this clearly. The nature of the woman is to be a consoler of God. You didn't hear me now. I said the nature of the woman is to be the consoler of God, but not Satan. She's recalcitrant towards Satan. Mm-hmm. Now, when I say God, the Bible says in Psalms 82, verse 6, ye are all gods.
Come on.
Children of the Most High God. So the Most Holy Elijah Mom said, every time I look at the face of a black man, I'm looking to the face of God. So if you and the black man, we don't see ourselves as God. And God is love. we won't see her as God. Because she's the second self of God. Because she comes from God. Now, if her nature is to console God, we must ask ourselves, how much of God's attributes does she see in us? And God, in Islam, God has 99 attributes, and the 100 attribute make up Allah. And he has more. And we look at and study those attributes. The very nature of God is our nature. We have the same nature of the supreme being, but it's dormant. And our bad experience here in America have made the attributes of God dormant. And now Satan or our enemy have activated the attribute of self-hatred, envy, jealousy, lust, greed. We have more of that in us than we have beneficence, which is the attribute of God. And the more the woman sees beneficence in us, the more she sees mercy in us, the more she sees forgiveness in us, the more she sees the Rab, which means nurturer, in us. Guess what? She can't reject God.
No.
She begins to bow. She begins to be submissive. But a man can't expect a woman to be submissive to him if he's not submissive to God, because only God can reactivate those dormant attributes that's in us. And the more she sees God in us, the more she falls in love with us. Now, we have a definition of a nice guy, a good guy. You know, a nice guy might say, "How you doing? You sure look nice today." And she might say, "Who the hell you talking to, freak?"
That's the light. That's the light that we're talking about. That's the light, right?
Right.
Giving a smile. That's the light.
Yeah, don't let it change you.
But the thing is that does not. It can have motive to it. See, people can talk nice, but what's your motive? Because one language of Satan is he likes to flatter, because he wants something from you. When someone flatters you, that means they want something from you. So she might pick it up. But if she sees the genuine attribute of God in a man, which women, this is another thing, brothers, we got to realize, she might not even know this about herself. Her nature is to test and try a man to see if he's qualified to lead her.
Hello. Better put that.
She might put her girlfriend in front of you with showing her pickaboo.
Really, Donna?
Don't encourage.
Look, brother.
Slave Master Johnson's daughter.
She might put a home record in front of you to see if you actually fall for it. And then at that point, she knows you ain't the man of God. See, and then see her nature. That's why in the Bible she's called a bride. A bride is a horse. It's an allegorical picture. She's not a horse, but it's the Bible gives you a picture that you can extract the principle, right? And the principle of a horse gonna buck. To see if you qualify. The bucking is called testing. If you qualify the rider, so you must come with some spurs. You must come with them boots.
You're right, because I don't mind
that mouth.
Hey, I don't mind a stallion every once in a while.
We like stallions.
But you know what, Brother Stanley, like, I actually have a book that I think it's called The Relationship Manual from the Studies of the Nation, and like it actually like goes through like the process of courting and like the questions you're supposed to ask in the beginning.
I remember that.
And it's like,
okay, well, suggest that book then, because that's a solution. Come on now, what's that?
I mean, I don't know.
What is it called?
It's called it's the courtship manual.
The courtship manual.
Can we get it? Can we get it and share with other people?
We
y'all,
can.
the courtship thing.
Yeah, it's just that you got to take that man to court. You got to take that woman to court, and you got to go through a discovery period.
You got to go to their hometown and ask questions. That's what
right. And the ex-wife and the ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, no, it has like it's like a lot of
science.
questions.
It's a science to it.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, we weren't taught that, right? We weren't taught how to, other cultures have, the process for whether it's like arranged marriages or even just culturally what's taught down. But us as, African Americans here in America, we don't have anything like that. We're winging it. We're learning from the examples of our mothers, right? We're learning on the fly, from our parents, what we see on TV,
especially
now the internet, and we need to spread the knowledge of the courtship manual. And
that's beautiful. I like that.
Yeah, it's some great questions in there that I actually use in my dating process. Going back to, how were you raised? Did you grow up with were your mother and father married? Right. Did you grow up, in a single parent household? How do you handle conflict? Things that.
Did you grow up on survival or love?
Love. Ooh.
That's a good question, though. That's a very
them two people don't mix. The person that's raised on survival, they usually don't mix with somebody that's raised on love. So that's actually a valid question. I don't know if you should ask it like that, but you can ask the right questions to get that answer.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I know we just been going. We don't have that much more time, but I did have a couple of questions that I wanted to dive into. So I feel like we've talked about who the enemy is. We talked about, the war and how it's showing up in the Black community, and the casualties of it. And we were just kind of touching the surface on what can we do to solve the problem, right? So I know that I'm hearing some feedback. I'm sorry. I know that, there's definitely some things that the women need to work on, right? We got our whole day on Sunday where we're gonna go in and we're gonna have Sister Ruth and Fatima are going to be on the call with us, giving us some guidance.
That's beautiful.
But yeah, I'm super excited about that. But I'm going to ask you fellas, just from the male perspective, what is it that you all feel that you need from women today? We're not going to compare the women from yesterday, from our, grandmothers and our mothers' generation, but from the women today, so that you wouldn't feel so disconnected from us. I know Mark already talked about the communication, which that is key, but communication, like what else do you all need from us to get a better understanding of how to lead us?
One of them is don't take kindness for weakness. Don't take kindness for weakness. Just because a guy is nice, don't mean he's soft. That don't equal soft. Because I'm nice, but I can still protect you with these hands. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm ultimately nice, but what Damon was saying, I got a remedy a little bit of remedy for being a nice guy. I can still be myself, right? But I don't make myself so willing and available. You get what I'm saying? Everything in moderation. I don't make myself all answering every call and answer the text as soon as the text is like, I don't make myself that, and it makes her kind of miss you and respect that you got something going on bigger than this whole relationship. That's
okay. Okay, so don't take kindness for weakness. Yeah, because you're right. Like we actually are looking for that security, right? So the protector. So I can see what Damon was saying. Like, sometimes the nice guys don't we don't pay attention to them because because we may not feel the sense of, protection there. So thanks for pointing that out, Nye. So don't take kindness for weakness. And that I feel like we could do that, sisters, right? That's easy. Okay, Damon, what you got?
I think that the biggest thing for me is from the sisters is learning the difference between what is your nature and what is nurture. So what is naturally who you are and what you are versus what you're being taught. Because there's a lot of misinformation that is passed on from generation to generation through friends, through family, and it makes it difficult at times to try to get through to some sisters. I just want you to really think about your nature. Like, what is it that you naturally want to do? You naturally, you feel it in your heart, in your, even in your bloodstream. You feel it in your system that you don't want to be, you don't want to be angry. Like you said earlier about us saying that Black women were angry. You know, you don't want to be mad. You want to be feminine. You want to be peace giving. You want that, right? You want to be that way, but you don't always feel like you can be that way, right? So that's nature versus nurture, what you've been taught and it's been reinforced. So I want women to be able to say, hey, this is what I really want to be. This is how I really want to be. And then what are you willing to give up to have that? What can you sacrifice to have that? Now, I'm not saying give up stuff that's important to you, but I'm saying think about what would you be willing to give up to have that? What does that look like? What does that look like?
That's a good question.
Okay.
So I think we're like when we started this conversation, we talked about an enemy, and the enemy has attacked us on different levels, and so it's difficult to fight an enemy that sometimes she doesn't even know is an enemy. She doesn't even know that it's working against her. She doesn't know that it's hindering her. She doesn't even know it because she's been this way all the time, or this is just the way I am, or this is the way I was raised, right? And she doesn't know that it's hindering her from getting to her blessing that's waiting on her on the other side, but she can't get there because she's in her own way. So that's why I want this nature and nurture conversation to kind of create a space where we can say, okay, you want this, that, and the other. What does that look like? And how do we get there? And I bring up the term sacrifice. What you're willing to give up to have it is because you may have to give up some parts of yourself to have it. Not necessarily give up your car or your house, but you may have to give up some parts of you, some things that you have made a part of who you are that may not be healthy for you. You might have to give that up in order to get what you want. So,
such as, give me some examples.
I think we're getting away from what the question was. I'm gonna be honest with you. That wasn't the question. The question was, as far as men, what can we do?
No, that wasn't.
Right?
No, she said.
What was the question?
The question was, what do we want from women?
What do we want from women right
for
now?
Us, so we don't feel disconnected from them.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't. You know. It's just what's going on.
Hey, but you can answer that question if you want.
No,
Sure.
I mean, you know.
Go ahead.
You can answer that
that's
question.
what I thought. Honestly, I thought that's what was the original question. Why we got here? Why are we here? As far as things, because I thought that the women were going to talk about, and I'm just talking about even the question as a whole, as far as the reasons of us being here, right? Just being real, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about the original reason that we came here. The men were supposed to be in this particular section to say what men can actually do, and when the women get together on Sunday, then they would nurture the women aspect, and then we come together and we can both do that. I thought that's what the original.
Yeah.
LaDonna just asked the question.
Right.
Yeah, LaDonna just threw that question.
All right.
Yeah,
I did.
That question Mark, if you look at, for the most part, that's what we've been doing.
I know.
Yeah.
We've been dealing with us. But she just threw that question.
Yeah, we beat y'all like a dead horse, but no.
Have you?
No, we haven't. That we've been really light, but no, but No, but you're right. Like I definitely, if I did not ask that question, that's gonna be my next question. But the question that I just asked, Mark, was
I know what you asked. I know what you asked. I'm just talking about the purpose of the whole situation. That's all.
okay. So go ahead and ask what I asked. Answer what
go
I
ahead.
asked.
Y'all go ahead and finish. I'm sorry, Damien. Go ahead and finish, brother.
Oh no, I'm good, bro. I mean, if ultimately our goal is what can the men do, let's get to that, because that's the most important thing in our call right
For
now.
us right now, yeah.
What can the men do
There
to
we
help
go.
counteract the effects of this war on Black love? That's the overarching question that we want to answer.
That's it.
So
Let's
I get
go.
that. Yeah, I get that. I get that.
And
I was just being obedient to the sister who
I know.
asked the question.
I'm with you. I'm with you, but I'm with you, but
obedient.
I'm with you. I just think that for whatever reason, however it got that way, I think there's enough of noise of the men telling what women can do. Even if we coming from a good space right now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think
That's
it's
true.
still a lot going on inside of the psyche of a lot of women. And it would probably be refreshing to hear a group of men say, hey, this is what we're going to do for us in order to help you and be the example. Remember, set the example. That's all.
Yes. So go ahead, Mark.
Okay. Okay. So what is the question that you wanted to ask?
Okay, so I want to know from your perspective,
right?
What can Mark do as a man who loves Black women and wants
Yes, I do.
to, to bridge the gap so that we can continue to be great and work together? What can you do as a man? What could other men do to win this war?
Okay, so one of the things I would probably say, coming just from my perspective, is understanding that one of the main qualities that women love is transparency, right? Starting with transparency first, right? Establishing that Mark is going to come and give you an option. This is where Mark is. Can you agree or disagree with it, right? So that's building trust, right? There, a lot of times transparency builds trust, right? So Mark can build trust by being transparent, right? And so at that point, then I have to walk, which is the action part, walk in a light of what I desire, right? Because how we walk sometimes may determine the path of others, right? So through action, I have to walk it by being transparent, understanding who I am dealing with at that particular time, or let's say, for instance, women in general, just giving them tools to say, to make them feel beautiful. Because one of the things that I've learned is that a lot of women don't feel beautiful, right? And the reason I can say that is because, which I'm not going to go down that road, but there are certain things, there's a fact that we've discovered out of nowhere, because I don't remember my parents doing this, but the alteration of certain things, or too much of it, or let's say too much of it, right, reads to me that women feel that they're not beautiful. So I definitely would have to reflect and compliments, etc., and doing kinds of actions to do that. So for me, that's just a start.
Yeah,
that's just a start for me.
Yeah, I'm glad that you touched on that, because that is something that Black women deal with. Like we're not just, naturally considered beautiful, the standard of beauty. You know what I'm saying?
By who?
I think everybody's
the war,
copying y'all.
the people that's waging war on us, the media, the internet, the videos that you sent me on YouTube,
Why they copy you though?
Videos.
So it's one of those weird things where it's like, I hear you and I understand where you're coming from, but yet the standard of beauty is copying what you already have naturally. So that's why they get Botox injections. That's why they're widening their hips, getting their butts done. They're trying to make their bodies look like what your body looks like naturally. So it's hard to, while I understand what you're saying, that's not promoted, that Black women are the standard of beauty, but it's definitely it's definitely being pushed. I mean, if you go to the airport in Atlanta in the summertime, you're gonna see a lot of wheelchairs being pushed coming out of Miami, coming out of like, you're gonna see people pushing to look more like black women. So
okay, so guess what, Damon? So then that should be easy for you to do what Mark just said. Tell us, let us know, because it's not in our heads. That's not what we don't hear it enough.
So
I'll put it like that.
So can I offer a caveat to that though?
No, why you can't just tell us we're beautiful? I don't want to hear your reason.
I didn't say that I wasn't gonna do it. So I've agreed to do it. Okay.
Tell me I'm beautiful, Damon. Tell me.
Ms. Johnson, you're a beautiful chocolate sister, and we appreciate everything that you do. We thank you so much for this opportunity.
That is so sweet. Thank you.
Ditto.
I'm adding to what Mark said, and that is that telling a woman she's beautiful is important. It's very important that we reinforce that. A woman knowing that she's beautiful from the inside is important too. Yes. Because sometimes you could give women compliment after compliment, but if she doesn't believe it, she won't take it. She won't absorb. It's like trying to love somebody who can't accept love. It's like you're pushing and you're doing. And until they get to the point where they love themselves, they're never going to accept your love. So the same thing with the compliments. We'll compliment y'all all day long. I mean, we're going to talk about how beautiful y'all are, how fine y'all are, how smart y'all are, how funny y'all are. But if you don't see yourself that way, then those compliments kind of fall short. Ask a pretty woman that you see on the street. She gets told she's pretty all day long. It doesn't mean nothing if she don't think she's pretty. She hears it all the time. Fine women, they hear it all the time. Oh, you beautiful, you fine, you beautiful. But if she doesn't feel that, then it doesn't hit the mark.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying we're not going to do it, because me, Mark, Nye, Brother Muhammad, we have agreed that we're going to compliment black women from now on. We just want black women to believe us when we say it. When I say you're beautiful, I want you to believe it. I also want you to know that I don't have an ulterior motive besides telling that you're beautiful. I don't want nothing else but to let you know you're beautiful. That's it.
See, and it's a mixture of that, though. It's a mixture.
What happened? We hear you.
Go ahead now.
We hear you.
I'm good. Go ahead.
No, Damon went out.
He didn't.
No, I'm here.
Okay, it's a mixture of that, though, Damon. It's a mixture of people who really mean, wow, you're beautiful. And it's another one, like Brother Stanley was saying, that they have an ulterior motive. They have a different intent. They just flattering because they want it. And sometimes they mistake me for that. I say hi to a girl. She be like, I got a man. I was like, I ain't asking.
Tell him I said hi too.
I'm going to go this way. Right. I just speak, and sometimes I do. I mean, but, I can take it. I ain't tripping on that. Like Mark was saying last week, you got to be the diffuser. So, fellas, when you run into an aggressive young lady, if she appears aggressive, you might have to diffuse the situation by being an example of using feminine energy. Okay. Did I say too much there? Because sometimes when they come all aggressive, like say if we come in the house all aggressive, trying to argue, and she say, baby, just calm down, have a seat. I'll fix some food for you in there. Are you gonna keep arguing all crazy and stuff? That's using feminine energy to diffuse it. But if he come in yelling at you, you like, motherfucker, it's two men. It's two men.
It's fire.
Fire and fire. So, some of us men, we might have to, be the example of some of these things. Just because you use feminine energy don't make you feminine. I got daughters, I have to turn it on. You get what I'm saying? So another thing, and this is what I tell, it's this negative white dude that coming to my job all the time saying negative stuff, and he just be spewing negative. And I say, hey man, before you talk to me, I want to hear 3 compliments about something. And I tell him that every time. Now he come in here, he get his compliments out the way before he complains. But I'm creating a habit in him to recognize good things, recognize the good things, see the God in the sisters too. You have to see the God in them. And like Brother Stanley said, if you lead and start and come from a place of love, then you done your job. How she receive it is how she receive it. But you done your job. And whether they recognize it then, they'll recognize it later. You know what I'm saying? When growth is
if they see enough of it, at some point, and not all,
they gonna start believing.
Will actually fall in line, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, a lot of the things that women deal with, they really don't want to deal with on an everyday basis, such as paying the bills, taking care of the children, going to work, driving traffic, going through their own, nature type things. I'll just say that. You know what I mean? It's a lot. And I think what you're seeing is the frustration of having to hold that weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And I say this all the time, and like I feel like men, sometimes you are like tired of hearing this, but like it's the truth. Oftentimes, especially as Black women, we carry so much of the weight on our shoulders, from raising the kids. We got to go to work and we got to fight for our position at work. Where we're trying to be good mates and things like that, and we have just so much on our shoulder that at times we might have some aggressive times. We might have some times where you need to give us a little bit of grace. I'm sorry, I don't know why
it's not for the shoulders, it's for the hips, the pressure.
Yeah, so it's like we have so much on us. Like if you could just give us some grace, if just a moment of grace, you will get a different reaction out of us. Especially if you're coming from a place of love and good intentions. And we have intuition that tells us, like, we could tell whether a man is, giving us hey, good morning, beautiful, because they want something or because they just want to make us smile. We could tell.
If balanced, throw that caveat in there. If balanced, you can definitely tell. Because we just did a show yesterday. Yesterday was about love bombing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And one thing about love bombing, quote unquote, is that it can only work if you're from a place of depletion. So what happens is people can come in and be very deceitful when you're at your lower level or your lower state of life, right? Yeah. That's when you're most vulnerable. To grab on that twig, right? Whatever it is you're trying to save yourself. So you're gonna grab on that twig of hope, hoping that someone can save you if you're at lower state. So I just want to add, if balanced, you definitely can tell who's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep, that's true. Did everyone, Brother Stanley, I forget the question. Oh yeah, so what can the brothers do? What can the brothers do to help bridge this gap for the Black families to bring us back together?
Can I say something? And what are you doing currently for a man that's been around for 30 years?
Come on, 34.
34 years, because that's also a great tool for us to shoot for.
Amen.
Yeah. Well, I would say, based on the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, as taught by the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, that you can't love anyone more than you love yourself. See, the degree I love myself, that's the degree I can love you. So if I only got 20% of love for myself, and you as a woman asking for 50%, I can't give you what I ain't got. And sometimes we go into the relationship with unrealistic expectations.
Amen. Say that.
Disney.
So that's why it's important that we go through a courtship process, which nothing is physical. Because when you get physical, it's like you're drinking and you get drunk. And when you get drunk, your judgment is impaired. And so sex impairs your judgment, who you laying down with. But then you both come into relationship with expectations of each other. But you find out after the act is over, and you realize that this man don't love himself. So how can he love me? And so the woman is in search for love, right? But you're really in search for God. Because really, Oh man.
Come on.
Women are trying to make men an adequate replacement for God. And it's not going to work. You can't seek validation from a man before you get a validation from God. Because if you do that, you offend the Creator. Because it's a sad thing, because a lot of times, and I'm just going with the Spirit, a lot of times these young sisters don't have a good father. And that's their first impression of a man. And that young girl gives a pure love to their father. And their father abuses it, then she's scarred. And so you got to be that kind of man to recognize when you have a scarred woman. Every woman has a degree of scars, and you have to be a savior to her. Like Jesus was to the people, you have to be like that to the woman. So when I met my wife, we was boyfriend and girlfriend. I met her on my 18th birth anniversary, November the 11th, 1988. And I was searching for a wife, because when my mother and father got divorced, it kind of polarized me away from that kind of broken family. It pained me. That was a good thing, evil leading to good. So when I first saw her in my apartment, because she was looking for her younger sister, because her younger sister hung out with my younger sister. And my wife was the finest thing in College Park, as far as I was concerned.
Yeah, come on.
And I was in weight class, brother, so I wasn't a Muslim at that time. I was studying. I was 18. She was 16. So I took my shirt off and showed my muscles, and it didn't move her, so I had to put my shirt back on.
That's hilarious. You like a peacock.
Right. I felt stupid. But when I got downstairs, I was thinking, I said, well, what can I do to get her to come downstairs so I can start talking to her, right? And so I knocked on the coffee table as though someone was knocking at the door, because my younger sister, I know she was kind of lazy, and she was sending the newest person at the house, can you go get the door? And when she came downstairs, I said, what's your name? She said, did you hear the door? I said, no, what's your name? She said, Ruth. I was eating some orange, and she sat down and she ate some orange with me, and we started talking. We had a beautiful conversation.
Man,
But
you
here
full
comes
of tricks,
my
ain't you?
older sister. You gotta use them.
I'm
Here
taking
come my
notes.
older sister.
Hey, they gave you 34 years. I'm taking notes.
Right. And my older sister was so upset. Take out the garbage. Because she, for some reason, she didn't like what she saw. She didn't like to see me sitting down and we having a good conversation. Maybe because she didn't have a relationship. And so hating big time. So back then, you know, we didn't have no home phone. We were poor. She was poor. I was poor. And so all we had was a telephone booth. So we had a pocket full of quarters. So she had the phone number to the phone booth at Laundromat in Union City. I had one in my apartment complex. So we exchanged phone booth numbers.
Yes.
We said, but at this certain time, on this day, I'm going to call you. So I get to the phone booth, and there's a brother at the phone. About 2 minutes before it's time for me, hey, yo, bro, I got to make an important call. And then he got off the phone. We put in the quarters and whatnot. We talked for hours, right? But what I discovered is that she had some pain. And the pain came from her past relationship. She was abused. And I had to make a decision as a man.
Yeah.
Do I love this woman more than her pain? See, and love is selfless. That's very important to understand, because if I was self-centered, so I ain't putting up with this crap. But when you love someone, you gotta say, wait a minute, what's wrong with my baby? What can I do to help her? And one day we was walking, and I realized her pain to the degree I knew that she had some serious pain. And it was late at night. We were walking in Union City. I said, look, you know I'm your angel? She said, angel? Let me hurry up and get up out of here. But I realized, right, that I was willing to go through whatever I have to go through to show her how much I love her. And I had to grow in love with God and grow in love with myself in order to help her. And I was willing to deny and give up things in my life to make her better. Because I could not make her better if I was not willing to be better. Because a man's a leadership. So I had to give up drinking. I had to give up the things I was doing in the world. And the more I gave it up, the more she actually became submissive, the more I was able to help heal her from the scars of her past. So what I'm saying is that I realized in the 34 years of marriage, and we've been together since 1988, we've been together longer than we was married. I realized that the more I became more like God and less like the world, the more I became the moral authority. That's all she wanted. I realized that the real wealth was my character. Wow. I had to make money because the nature of the woman is to be made secure. And the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, Honorable Mrs. Farrakhan, not going to let no brother lay around and let some woman take care of him. No, he's not going to let that.
He said no.
We had to take care of that woman. I give her money. See, I take care of her. She don't take care of me. And my wife has not worked in almost 34 years. And I bought her a home that she owns. Her name is on, not my name. Ain't no mortgage, paid for. And the value's going up. Because a woman that gives you 9 children, she dies for you 9 times. Because the pain of giving birth to a child is equal to the pain of death when the body shuts down, as we're taught by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So a woman who dies for you to project you into the future that you can have eternal life. That's you all over again. Look just like you, walk like you, act like you. She went through the pain and paid the price for you and I to have life again. So the way the messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and Honorable Mrs. Farrakhan made us see it, it made me say that there's nothing too good for her. And so the car got her name on it. See? And everything that I can do, I'm trying to pay my debt to God and to the beautiful wife that he gave me. They allowed me to live 9 times. I got 9 lives, y'all.
Hey, more than that.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
You know?
Beautiful.
And so it's my attitude, right? That I look at the little difficulty she gives me. I said, well, let me compare it to the good that she done. It makes the difficulty seek in the sea of insignificance. So I laugh it off. And I tell her, I said, baby, you know I love you. You know you're crazy. And she stopped laughing.
She just said she want to have your baby over and over again.
and she ain't lying neither. But the thing is, brothers, The thing is, brothers, is that. But the thing is that when she was in the world, guess what her name was? Shotty Pimp.
What?
She was a pimp?
Shotty Pimp.
That was your nickname.
Oh, that was her name. I was Glide Rock because I broke, doing the break dance and all that. And she was Shotty Pimp. But let me share this with you.
That's
funny. Farrakhan got us from the world. Mm. And from Shotty Pimp to Sister Ruth Muhammad, from Glide Rock to Brother Stanley Muhammad.
Come on.
And he put me in a classroom that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad established to turn a nigger into a god. And put her in a classroom how to turn a nigger into a god. And then, look, she started learning. She started learning how to cook the right kind of food. She started learning how to take care of her husband, how to rear her children, how to cook, how to sew. I'm talking about cook to give you health, not death, because the kitchen is your pharmacy as a woman. Mm-hmm. So the man got little myopia, he got bad eye. You got to put some carrot fluff, he got kidney problem, put some cranberries in his salad. See, she knows the science of food. Now we talking about how we get to be a woman that's uncivilized to become civilized. She got to come into a classroom of God.
Your wife said,
and there is a classroom of God. And when you look at the women of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, those women called the MGT, you can see that they have been reformed.
Oh yeah, they don't play.
And redeemed. And then when you look at the children ain't no dumb children. See, you can't see nothing when you see my wife. You can't see that. I mean, if you don't know how fine she is, that's only for me.
She did say those are our secrets, though.
She said her shorty pimp nickname was y'all secret. She ain't now all your kids, all your children are out there like, I didn't believe this. My mama was who? They going crazy in the comments.
Yeah, but no, I agree. It's something about that the FOI class and the MGT. I didn't graduate from MGT class, but I almost made it to the end.
I didn't quite get registered. I didn't quite get registered either. I was close. Hey, but I'm gonna say this: while I was there, I have never seen, like she said, I have never ever seen not one place. Because I grew up in the hood, right? I have never seen a place that turned a hood nigga to a god in a month. I mean, it was face tattoos. I was like, if you wasn't here, I know for sure you'd probably be trying to get me at the gas station or something. But they was in the Nation of Islam teaching, man. It was beautiful. Right. I've never seen that before in my life. I commend y'all on that. Keep up the great work. We need more like it.
And I want to close on this because I think it's important, because we love the fruit, but we can't reject the tree that produced it. Don't ever let the enemy cause you to disrespect the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. They are the tree that produce these wonderful brothers and sisters who represent the best of yourself. We love you, and we're here to be an example for you. I have not, boy, I tell you, I used to eat the pork. I ate chitlins, y'all.
Oh.
When I was in the world, I ate chitlins. Boy, I ate the Burger King and the suicide fries. The little Debbie cakes. I ate all that. I had acne all on my face, and I was only 18 years old, and I was drinking. I was on my way to be an alcoholic. I used to drink gin and grapefruit juice. Got kicked out of a lot of my schools, and I went to a school downtown at 5 Points on top of the richest department store. My school was on the top floor of the richest department store by 5 Points. and we used to go on lunch break and get drunk and come back and terrorize the school. But when I joined the Nation of Islam, my face cleared up, and I just being among the brothers, God took away the appetite to drink. So I can honestly say I have not taken a drink in 35 years.
Wow.
I haven't eaten meat. I've been a vegetarian for 34 years. No chicken, no beef, no nothing. By God's grace. But I never thought I can have that kind of discipline, brothers. But when God put me in that classroom, I never wore a suit before. I was a B-boy. I wore sweatsuits and fat shoestrings and, you know, back then. But the brothers wearing suits, I said, how they do that? I don't know how to wear a suit. They said, we'll teach you, brother. And there was brothers in there that helped make me a man. And we're not men until we're men of God. And that means men of God just means be true to your nature. Our nature is freedom, justice, equality, and righteousness, and doing the will of God, which equals love. And when I've gotten in that classroom, my wife saw me grow from Glide Rock to Stanley Muhammad.
That's beautiful.
And so my children never seen an absentee father. That's by right. God's grace. And so and I'll tell you this, my wife is beautiful, right? But you don't see her physical beauty, because let me tell you about the way God structured the earth. All its treasures are hidden. The gold, the diamonds, everything precious is covered. And so when a woman respects herself, see, she covers.
She hide them treasures.
Yeah, Shorty Pimp calls accidents on Old National Highway.
Oh God!
I'm being honest, she did.
Yeah,
and she did. But when she met the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, right? She covered because I was the only one that was worthy to extract those treasures, because I was working for it. Because a man that maintains a woman, he got to have some kind of benefits. That how you want everybody else see your woman's embellishments? Because when your woman shows her embellishment, who let the dogs out? You did. By showing your pickaboo and showing.
Hey, brother Muhammad, before I forget,
and then you're gonna have to say all men are dogs.
Hey, brother Muhammad, hey, just for me real quick, man. Can you bust out a glide rock move for us for the last time?
Hey, they used to call me Turbo.
No, but you know what? Hey, look, brother, I went from hey, look.
I want to see glide rock.
Breakdancing, right? It faded out. I hate it when it faded out, because I was, Jermaine Dupree. I went to school with him and his manager, Eddie, and I was one of the best breakdancers in school.
You guys a wave or something. Give us a wave.
But look, I went from that to rapping. Because all the breakdancers died out and we became rappers. I can bust a rhyme for you.
Hey, yeah, your daughter said rap one of those songs, Dad.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
This is Donna, with your permission, this is your show.
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. It's called Who Is That Mystery God?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is that mystery God the world's looking for? The one who never heard your cry in a time of war. Who is the mystery God you put in your faith in? The one that's supposed to give you the kingdom and crush your sin. Does he bring your bread and clothe your back? Does it heal your pains and take you off crack? I want to know about my Father and Creator. The mystery God indeed, a spook perpetrator. You tell the truth to your own kind, but when it comes to mine, you keep them dumb and blind. The harvest is past. The summer's ended. We're still not saved. So Farrakhan is recommended by the true and living God. His proper name is Allah, who appeared in the person of Master Faraj.
Hey, you have now graced your ears with the songs from Glide Rock. He's back for one night.
Glide Rock.
Go ahead,
Glide
DJ. So that was,
and I'm DJ Sticky Lips.
That was my rapping days, and I just want to say, Sister Donna, this is a beautiful dialogue, and these brothers are definitely, I see God in each and every one of them, and I see God in you, and the spirit of Allah, God, is upon this show, this podcast, and I just want to say that, you know, brothers, what we need to do is, if we develop the attributes of God, Allah, by being a part of a righteous brotherhood. Now, there's a niggerhood and a brotherhood. Now, we know what the niggerhood is about. You know, you go, come on, man, smoke, man. You know, you my nigga, so, you know, I'll give you smoke. Let's drink, let's hang out. But we killing our lungs. We killing we're killing the gifts of God. That's what I was doing. But when I got a part of the brotherhood, we studied the word together. We fed the poor together. Not just physically food, but spiritual food, the Final Call newspaper. You know, we did acts of kindness, and we prayed together. And when we begin to pray, brothers, we actually start developing the attributes and the characteristics of God. Then the women start saying, wait a minute. She'll start seeing God in you. She'll bow mentally. And guess what? Anything that God says do, she'll do it coming from your mouth, because she sees that you practicing what you preach. And she starts seeing God in you. See, her nature is to equal herself up to God. She see you praying, she gonna stop praying. She see you fasting, she gonna stop fasting. Yeah. She see you stop cussing, she gonna stop cussing. But she needs to find a man that's worthy to actually submit herself to. But she's not submitting herself to you, but she's submitting herself to God that's in you. And guess what? Then you, by developing the attributes of God and me developing the attributes of God, when she submits to God in us, she raises the level of civilization. And as a result, guess what? She started teaching the children those principles. But it started with you. That's why I said, let us make man. See, we can't point at the woman. We got to look at ourselves, because we busy talking about what the woman ain't doing. Where do we have time to develop? The Honorable Minister Farrakhan says self-development is the basis of community development. See, I got to look at me, look at the man in the mirror, as MJ said, and make that change, right? And then that's when my wife, the more I learned that I was giving up bad habits and growing closer to Allah, my wife started respecting and loving me more. And the things I didn't like about her, guess what? It disappeared. It disappeared. And I'm gonna tell you this, brothers. I feel like a god in my home sometimes. I said sometimes. I'm working on all
that
the
balance.
Time. I'm working on all the time, and I'm not trying to make myself. It's not me. It's what God have made me through the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Honorable Minister Farrakhan. See, and I want to read something, and I want to close this out. My portion, and Sister LaDonna, but Honorable Minister Farrakhan. You know, he did a lecture, A Few Good Men, and I want to just read. The minister did a lecture called A Few Good Men, and I want to just share a few of his words with you, if I may. Not long, but I want to read the principles of what he said. And then he says there's 3 stages of good. And he said, surely Allah enjoins justice and the doing of good to others, and the giving to the kindred. And he forbids indecency and evil and rebellion. He admonishes you that you may be mindful. Holy Quran, chapter 16, verse 90. In the above verse, Allah God is trying to tell us what his yardstick is for measuring who is good. Now, there are a lot of people who are good to you, but who are not good because we don't use the yardstick that God uses. Hypocrites can look good and even do some good that affects good, but they are not good people. Isn't that something? There are 3 different degrees of goodness. The first degree or lower stage of goodness is the fulfillment of duties and obligations. For example, a man who brings home his paycheck and gives it to his wife and gets some food for the children, that is good, but there are only a few good men. If you have a wife, your duty is to maintain her. Unfortunately, she is the hard worker today, and she is maintaining us. Not so good. A woman cannot honor a man that she is taking care of. Men who makes babies and walks away is not good. Is that good? Pardon me. I watch dogs and cats and lower animals take care of their young. I watch animals fight to protect their young. We don't see too much of that among us. So some of us haven't even gotten on the ladder to being one of the few good men. And the duty you have to yourself, you violate that duty to yourself when you smoke, drink, and eat the wrong foods because you are destroying the body that God gave to you. That is not good. The second stage of goodness is the doing of good where man has received no visible benefit. There are a lot of people whose apparent acts of good are tainted by ill motivation. When you do good in places where you don't even think that you are going to get a benefit, you are ascending the ladder towards becoming one of the few good men. The last or highest stage of goodness is that in which a man's nature is so inclined to good that he doesn't have to make an effort to do good. He does good to all people because his nature is good. When God made man in his own image and after his own likeness and said that it was very good, then he made us with a nature to do good, not to seek a benefit, because the God who created us in his image does not seek some benefit from us. The only thing it seems that he requires is gratitude. Our gratitude is not for his benefit, because he is God, whether we are grateful or not. He preserves the heavens and the earth, and it tires him not. There is nothing you can give him because he was God before you even knew him. So if you praise him and are grateful to him, that is a blessing for you. In the Quran, Holy Quran, Allah God says over and over again, surely man is ungrateful because Allah God hates ingratitude, and humility should always precede honor because God dislikes people who seeks exaltation before submission. So I wanted to share that, brothers. Thank y'all very much. Thank you, Sister LaGon.
Man, thank you for coming, big brother.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much for joining, Brother Stanley.
My audience clap button. I ain't at home, man.
Brother Stanley, let the people know how to reach you. I know you and your wife do couples counseling. You do individual counseling for men. So how can they find you?
Well, you all can reach me. My email address is aysavp@gmail.com. And you can email me if you would like marriage counseling, relationship counseling. If you want to learn more about the courtship procedure, which is the prelude to marriage, not boyfriend and girlfriend, but you got to have the intentions to marry if you want to court. And we'll be more than happy to share that courtship manual that has been approved by the Honorable Mrs. Farrakhan. And so we love you all. And I want to tell you, I enjoyed myself on the show. I tell you, each and every one of you have watered my soul, brothers. And I've learned so much from each and every one of you, Sister Donna. You are definitely a jewel in God's crown. And you keep up the good work, sister. We're proud of you, and you have grown spiritually so tremendous. I remember her from how many years have we known each other, Sister?
Oh my gosh,
you and Brother Sadi Kifu.
So little Sadi was about 5, and he's 20 now. So 15.
A long time, and I have seen you grow by leaps and bounds, and this show is perfect for you. And I can't wait till Sunday.
Yes.
Hey. Hey, bro, thank you for coming and all your family in the chat. We appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
The whole Muhammad family was here. Thank you. Thank y'all so much for joining. Okay, Nye, how can the people?
Allahu Akbar. That's right.
Hey.
Okay, Nye, tell the people how to reach you with the projects, what you got going on.
Oh yeah, you can find me on well, I'm on all the social media, but Instagram, the projects THE_projects44. Follow me, I'll follow you right back. Check out the content. And I'm not a great on Facebook, so just reach out. You want me to host some events, or we can collab on a couple other things. You need some healing physically.
Yes, Nye, healer. Thank you, Nye. All right, Mark.
Okay, you can find me on you can find me on all platforms, Date Night Online. Just wanted to kind of touch on something real quick. Mr. Muhammad said that, Brother Muhammad was actually saying is that I agree with. The first step of getting married, you have to date. You have to gather that information. Then the courting session is next, right? So you use that actual information you use from dating in order to apply during the courting stages so you can have a successful marriage. So guess what we do on date night? It is a learning tool to actually show accountability, right? It's about accountability first here on my particular platform. So my platform is an open platform. I allow just the everyday average, or not mean average, everybody's above average, but you don't have to be a counselor, dating coach, or anything. If you want to come on my platform, it's a way so that you can actually kind of let some steam off, and we can kind of talk about where you are in dating and whatnot. And guess what? I learned as well. So it's Date Night Online on Facebook and also on YouTube and Rumble.
Hey,
beautiful,
Thank
brother.
You. Damon.
Yes, ma'am. I am rebranding a podcast called The Thing.
I'm actually gonna make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube so you never miss when we go live or drop more insightful conversations just like this. It's all about smart love. Here she comes.